Welcome to Remote Reality. This is Lauren.
This is Mama C.
And this is D.
A, B, C, D. Welcome to our Big Brother 27 coverage.
Remote reality, yeah, that's the key. Unlocking stories wild and free. With the hosts, side by side. Channel surfers, let's ride.
Last night, we had the HOH and nominations, which basically Mama C and I covered on our spoilers after Thursday's episode. So after the theme song, it's all time stamped. You can click on that. We told y'all that Vinny won HOH. I surprised Mama C with that. We, I believe, knew that Ava and Keanu were on the block. We did not know who won the power of veto yet. So that is where we left off. And we kind of talked about strategy at that point. I thought that Vinny would probably get rid of Ava because he wants to kiss everyone's butt and doesn't want to be on Keanu's bad side. He screwed him over 4 or 5 times. Sending him home isn't going to be a good look. We talked about the possibility of Morgan and Ashley making the vote split so that Vinny would have to choose. Make Vinny make that decision. Make Vinny the bad guy. Last night's episode, D, is there anything you have to add from what Mama C and I said? We saw the HOH competition.
Yeah. Ava was trying to plant a seed with Vinny on Morgan. Morgan maybe should be the one to go because if you're up against her, people are going to pick her at the end. Keanu also had the same discussion, not quite as subtle as Ava. But he's like, look, dude, everybody in this house thinks that Morgan has run your HOHs and your games. If she's sitting beside you, she's going to win.
Let's talk about Fridays.
Big Brother Unlocked.
Yes, because we did watch one scene from that where we saw the jury house.
And it was iconic Rachel coming to the balcony in this beautiful red gown. And you can tell she loves to act because she was putting it on.
I thought she looked like a Disney princess or something when she walked out on that balcony.
She's still giving those Miss Scarlet vibes from Clue, the Hotel Mystere. She has this long robe with feather boas on the sleeves at the end. She comes and stands out on the balcony. She's sitting by the pool, hoping that she'll see Vinny or Morgan. And in walks the last person she thought would come in, Will, and tells Rachel, Lauren got me out. They talk, and it sounds like they're seeing Vinny, Morgan, and Keanu as kind of the front runners here. They hate that Ashley is in the house. They're expecting her to come back next. I think they'll be surprised. Ashley's playing her game, her social game.
But why did you say they hate that Ashley's in the house? They don't hate that she's still there.
They said that they hate she's in the house by herself. They said that, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but she is trying to keep these judges together and has stayed off the block this week. Lauren is going in next, and Ashley's off the block. All right, so now we're going to go over to the spoilers. So you guys, if you're coming in for a recap of last night's episode, I think we basically hit on all of that after the theme song, and I've got it bookmarked. So go back to Thursday's episode, but we're going to give our Sunday spoilers, even though it's Monday. So I didn't get home until about 6 o'clock last night from visiting Mama C, and then we realized we left our dog's medication there, so Mama C drove 2 hours here and spent the night and went back home early this morning. And Big Brother didn't come on until 10 o'clock at night, so we were too tired anyway.
Yeah, we were in bed by 8:30.
We were in bed by 8:30. But yeah, we've got the spoilers now, so click off if you don't want to be spoiled, and we'll be back Thursday. And now for the spoilers. I guess before we get into that, the Mastermind did say at the beginning of last episode that he was going to take over the eviction before Julie gets to it on Thursday. Right now, it is noon Eastern time on Monday. There has not been any takeover at this point. He said it can happen anytime, day or night. It almost sounds like there may be a double eviction. That's part of the speculation. Mama C, you said you saw some other speculation.
Right, because the mastermind said that Vinny was placing 2 people to be sacrificed. They're speculating that maybe instead of a vote, that Ava and Keanu might have to have some kind of competition, and whoever wins stays.
Like another BB blockbuster, but for
Yeah,
the
kind of like a blockbuster, yes.
That would make sense, especially with the way that Rachel was evicted through a
who
game.
knows? Expect the unexpected. It's Big Brother.
Yep.
Now, Vinny also said in the last episode his target is Keanu. So since we have Keanu and Ava on the block, what we know is that Morgan has won the HOH. I'm sorry, Morgan has won the power of veto, and she decided not to use the power of veto. So Keanu and Ava are on the block going into whatever mastermind has cooked up. A few hours ago, I saw that Ashley was talking to Ava because Ashley and Morgan, they're going to be the deciding votes. And we talked about this at the end of the last episode, Mama C. I thought they might split the vote and make Vinny be the bad guy and pick the person to evict. Morgan, I think, will do whatever is best for Vinny. Ashley, she doesn't have any real reason to do that at this point. And Vinny was talking to Morgan and Ashley and said, "You're not going to make me be the tiebreaker, right?" And Morgan said no, and Ashley stayed silent.
Interesting.
Also, Ashley recently was talking to Ava and said, "You're going to have a lot of explaining to do with Rachel," and then went to talk to Morgan and Vinny about that conversation, and then tried telling them that they need to get rid of Ava because she so liked anybody would pick her, and it would be better to keep Keanu. While Morgan and Vinny have that ultimate power, Ashley, I think, needs to make the vote split. I think Ashley needs to vote to get rid of Ava and get rid of Keanu.
I agree. That would be a better strategy because it's going to make him like the bad guy. If he is the final 2, he's going to be the one that made the decision.
And that's the one thing that he has tried to prevent, was being the bad guy. If he sends Keanu home, and Keanu even had this long conversation with him. So on the live feeds, we see Keanu going to Vinny and saying, "The only person I should have trusted here was Rachel. You have screwed me over time and time again. I've done all of this stuff in my game to protect you, and now I'm regretting it. Rachel was the only true ally I had."
Well, I
Well,
have to
and
laugh. I have to laugh because Keanu keeps saying, "Vinny has not listened to me. He just has not listened to me this whole entire time. Nobody's listening to me." Yet in the jury house, Rachel makes the comment that Keanu did not listen to her. So,
Yeah, exactly.
have.
Keanu has a false sense of security from Vinny saving him last week and voting out Lauren. It kind of makes him think, "Oh, we are buds. He's being loyal to me," and now he's going to find out that Vinny goes putting him back up on the block again. He wasn't as secure as he thought he was.
Yeah, but only if the votes get split and Vinny has to vote him out. Otherwise, Vinny's going to turn that around on Ashley and Morgan.
Yeah.
Another consideration here is Ashley has aligned herself with Ava and Keanu. They made a final 3, and then Ava and Ashley have a final 2, Will's daughters. So I think it's a very good chance that Ashley splits this vote, if that's how things go down with the mastermind and it's not some competition. What would really be the consequences? I mean, right now she has the judges. She's got Morgan and Vinny. If she splits the vote, well, she's with Ava and Keanu. And Ava
But
thinks she
right
has
now,
the final 2 with her.
but right now, Ava and Keanu are on the block together. Not
Right.
unless Mastermind has something. I mean, there's no way they can be a final 3 at this point,
Mm-mm.
unless the winner of a competition would be able, I don't know,
Well, maybe she
to be
needs
able to put
to
somebody up.
maybe she needs to get Keanu out because Ava feels like she has a final 2 with Ashley. So if Ashley votes
Right.
Ava out, then she's going to have blood on her hands with Vinny and Morgan and Ava. And Ava is likely the last person in the house. But then you have the 4 of them. So she could play in the final HOH. She'd be against Morgan and Ava.
Look, again, I would like what I heard on Facebook, that they have a competition. Nobody does a vote. The loser goes to jury house.
I think we would all like that.
That would be great.
Now,
And that way nobody has blood on their hands.
Dee, what do you think at this point with our final 5? Keanu, Vinny, Morgan, and Ashley and Ava.
Keanu is my favorite out of the 5 of them. I think he's played the game, at least with the comps and the vetoes, the blockbusters, all of that stuff. I think that he's done the most. I think Ava has probably done the least.
I hate to say this, but at some point we have to acknowledge Vinny's game. We don't like it. I don't mind players lying. I love players that lie, but I like the ones that take accountability for it instead of victimize themselves and cry all the time. But this guy has won 4 HOHs.
Yeah, he has. But who's been making the choices for him? Lauren, Morgan. I mean, I don't really see him.
Did Morgan make the choice when he put Lauren up?
Well, that's what I was going to say. He's finally, with the last one, started playing what I would consider his game. I don't really think it's been his game until then.
Also,
well, I don't think power. When he put Lauren up, that was Morgan all the way. That was not Vinny.
But didn't he have the deciding vote on eviction with her, and he kept Keanu?
Is that the same one? I don't know. I'm getting confused, but you're probably right.
I was thinking.
Don't remember. No.
When Lauren got voted out, Keanu was the only one.
Gotcha.
I mean, sorry, Vinny was the only one that voted for Lauren to stay. It was a 2-1 vote.
Right.
And he was the only one to pick her.
Right. You're right.
So also
Camera
Ava got rid of a huge threat and on her HOH and seemingly didn't get blood on her hands at all. And then she had that power vote where she got to choose who went home. Again, said, don't talk to me, and walked away without blood on her hands.
Yeah, I think she's definitely playing probably more of a social game than Keanu, but
she's won HOH. Keanu hasn't won HOH.
He hasn't gotten any?
He hasn't gotten 1 HOH.
And
I wonder if that was a strategy, so he didn't put as big of a target on his back. He figured if he could win, might be better to win out on the veto comps and BB blockbusters. I think we might have lost Mama C. Oh, you're here. That's okay.
We can work with that.
All right, channel surfers. So if you're watching on YouTube, Mama C is frozen. Actually, we can just turn our camera off. I think. I don't know. Maybe not. I can do that in edit. Anyway, I'm guessing that's Mama C drinking something.
It was like one of those old 7-Up commercials where you could see them you hear them gulping it when they would drink out of the
channel servers are screaming at us. They're like, so yeah, Keanu, I think we lost Mama C. Keanu hasn't won any HOHs.
No, I think the biggest thing for me, why I like him so much and why I want him to win, is because I feel like he was the underdog. They've been after him from the get-go, and he's been able to save himself and save himself and save himself. And I just think that is an awesome game for me.
Agree. He put that target on his back, though. He said,
I know he did.
To take every one of you out, and look where he's sitting. I really like him. Vinny has weaseled himself to the end. Morgan is playing a pretty good game too. If she really is running Vinny's game,
Mm-hmm.
then she's playing a good game and kind of flying under the radar. Ava has done some power moves when people were afraid to do power moves. And Ashley, I feel like Ashley has done a great job of keeping a target off her back, because week 1, she looked like she was about to go home for that shower.
Yeah, true. And I think we're finally starting to see her attorney strategies come into play
Well,
here at the very
seen
end.
her negotiation and argument and debate creep up. She has done this throughout the game, where she sits there and gives them this very logical argument that makes sense. It's one of those things you can't disagree with, where you're sitting there like, yeah, that makes sense. And we see her trying to work that same magic. If she could keep Keanu in this house,
She could win, potentially, if it's
well,
her and Keanu. But I don't know.
You think Ashley could be? I think Ashley actually has a better chance with Ava. I
I
don't know.
think Ashley would probably have a good chance with either one of those two. I think
Actually, look at the jury. Look at who Ashley has in jury. She's got Rachel.
that
She's got Will, who thinks she's coming home, but she's kept herself off the block.
Mm-hmm.
She has kept herself off the block. She's got Ava. She
Probably
might have
Lauren.
Keanu.
She might have Lauren. She could have Keanu if Keanu would. Yeah.
I think
I don't-
Lauren's got Vince.
I don't know.
He's so good at stabbing people in the back and them sticking with him.
Yeah. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. All right. So as far as now, that's our spoilers. We have until Thursday's live eviction for Mastermind to creep back up in here and do something. Wednesday's pre-recorded, but Thursday would be live. So I would think we could have a double eviction, that we would see the first person leave by Wednesday.
Yeah.
Which probably means tomorrow, like real time, since it's pre-recorded.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's not some type of whoever loses gets evicted. That would be so similar to the white locust stuff.
Let's hope. Yes, that would be pretty neat. All right. Well, Dee and I, we are going to introduce a new segment, which we might turn into just one of the days we do this on the podcast, or we might just do it as a segment each week. We're going to start it out with a segment, though. If anybody here goes on Reddit and likes to read all the trash on there, I'm guilty. You may have seen these threads called "Am I the Asshole?" or "Am I Overreacting?" And there's some juicy stuff. So I told Dee we should take a look at one of those posts and react. So am I I don't know. We haven't come up with a name for it yet, but let's go ahead and jump into that. Right now, we're just going to see what you guys think. If you like it, let us know. We might just put it into a segment once a week, or we might do a day where we do like 2 or 3 of these and just kind of go over them. But let's take a look at our very first. We got to come up with a name with it. Yeah, I think we'll call this the "Are You" segment. So, are you overreacting? Are you an asshole? And then if anybody on these shows is being an asshole, we can just be like, are you? Yeah, our first "Are You" segment. Let's jump right into that. All right. So we've picked our first "Am I the Asshole" post. This one was posted by Anon, NG 1993. And it says, "Am I the asshole? Partner woke my up." I think it means me. Partner woke me up in the morning telling me that our son is awake. Please settle this minor argument of ours. This post is read and agreed upon by the both of us. This is one of the reasons that I picked it, because they have a little couple argument. They're both agreeing to come to the forums to settle this argument. They just want to know who's right. So why not ask Reddit? Oh boy. All right, so here's the context. Yesterday was a tough day for all of us. Mostly tired. Nothing bad happened. I understand that. Those Sunday sleepies. And we put our kids to bed at 7 p.m. Lucky. Mine don't go to bed till like 8 or 9. My one. But anyway. And we were sleeping at around 8:45, which is early for them. They work from home and they have a flexible schedule. So they don't use alarm clocks. So what happened? Around 6:30 in the morning, 15 minutes later than usual, her partner wakes up and says, our son is awake in his bed. After waking me up, my partner stayed in bed until I fully woke up, took a sip of water, checked my phone, and got up to tend to our son. That irritated me. We both had a great night's sleep. My partner was already awake, but still woke me up and waited for me to get out of bed instead of going to get our son themselves. My partner is telling me that they woke me up because it was already 6:30 in the morning, 15 minutes later than usual, and they wanted me to start my morning routine since my morning routine takes longer than theirs. They say they weren't expecting me to get up to get our son. They just wanted to let me know he was awake so we could both start our day. Additional context: 1, we both had a great night's sleep. We didn't have to wake up to tend to any of the kids. Very rare. 2, my morning routine usually takes about 15 minutes more than my partner's. During this time, my partner is alone and both kids, as I am during my partner's routine. Am I the asshole for being pissed? My partner woke me up telling me that our son is awake and them not getting out of bed until I went to go tend to our son. All right. All right. I'm going to start with this. The partner's excuse is that they wanted to wake up the poster and get them started on their morning routine because it takes the poster about 15 minutes longer to get ready. However, they just added an extra task to the poster's morning schedule by sitting there and letting the poster get up to take care of the kid. Wouldn't it make more sense to wake up your partner and say, our son's awake, I'm going to go take care of them if you want to start getting ready? Or there's a lot that doesn't make sense here to me, but that part is kind of contradictory.
I think the key thing is who went to take care of the kid, the son. Was it the one who was already awake and, in my opinion, should have just went and done it? Or is it the one?
My partner was already awake, but still woke me up and waited for me to get out of bed instead of going to get our son themselves.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that the person who posted is the one that actually went to the son. So in that case, you basically woke this person up to go take care of your son when you're awake.
They weren't expecting me to get up to get our son. They just wanted to let me know he was awake so we could both start our day.
Okay, then he should have went ahead and gone and take care of the son instead of waking the partner up. If the partner's the one that went to the child, then they were woken up to go to the child. Otherwise, the person who was already awake would go and get the child.
Right. And also, they have flexible schedules. They both work from home. They don't even need to set an alarm.
So what makes the difference if their routine's 15 minutes longer than the other person's then?
Right. Are they like podcasting together? Which if it's flexible, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It's, I think the partner woke up the poster and wanted the poster to go take care of the son because they were playing Monopoly Go or something on their phone. And
exactly.
Then tried to backpedal out of it with a bunch of excuses that didn't make sense. Like, oh, well, it takes you longer. So I wanted to make sure we're both starting our day. Yet I just sat in bed and didn't help.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah. I'm going to say not the asshole.
No, the poster's not the asshole.
I don't know that the partner's asshole either. I think the partner is just maybe living in their own little world and trying to backpedal out of not wanting to get up to get the kid.
You can be nice. I'm not gonna be. I hate getting out of bed of a morning. I am a bear for like an hour until I wake up. And if you wake me up to go take care of a kid when you're already awake, you're an asshole.
This kind of reminds me of on the way to Mama C's house this weekend. I had on my headphones and listening to a podcast. Jake is in the back seat playing a video game. Rob is driving. And our dog, one of our dogs, Lola, she starts whining. And Rob's like, Lauren, the dog's whining. And I was like, well, I can't do anything about it either. Like, What am I supposed to do? He's like, I think she has to pee. I'm like, and we are on the interstate stuck in traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Driving very slowly. What am I supposed to do? It was just like, just wanted to let me know the dog's whining since I have headphones on.
I think maybe he just wanted to have a conversation with you, Lauren.
Oh, no. And he's like, I can't have any distractions.
Oh, gotcha.
Dude,
Okay,
not
well,
like-
maybe he wanted you to get the dog to quit whining then if he was considering the dog a distraction,
Well,
maybe.
I couldn't. I tried to
Yeah.
reach behind me and give her pets and didn't work. Do you want to do another one?
It's up to you. Yeah, sure.
All right, let's do one more. All right, so we'll do this one and close it out today. But am I the asshole? This is 13 hours ago from Interesting Motor 454. Am I the asshole for telling my neighbor to stop letting their dog poop in my yard, even though they always pick it up? And the question mark here is outside of the quotation marks. I just, God, I was an English major and I'm such a nerd. I'm like, no, put it in. It should be up, question mark, quotation. Anyway, my neighbor has a big dog, but I'm not going to judge. We're not going to count that against you, Interesting Motor. My neighbor has a big dog and they walk it up my lawn every day. The dog does its business and yes, they pick it up, but it still leaves little bits, smells, and sometimes spots. I asked politely if they could just walk the dog somewhere else. They got defensive and said, I clean it up, so what's the problem? Now they're cold with me, and another neighbor told me I was being uptight. Am I the asshole for not wanting dogs to use my yard as their bathroom, even if it gets cleaned up? All right. Well, this kind of happens in my neighborhood, but it's where they don't clean it up, which clearly people are upset when somebody's dog goes in their yard and it's not cleaned up. But in this case, the person is cleaning it up. Dee, what are your thoughts?
I think the person's a little bit hyper focused. If it's getting cleaned up, it's like, seriously. I think we've all had pets and animals. What's the dog eating if it's leaving stains on the grass and stuff like that? I mean,
It smells and spots. I have a tiny yard, and I don't know that I would notice any bits, smells, or spots.
well, and you actually have yours professionally cleaned up. So do you walk outside after it's been cleaned and smell anything or notice any spots?
Like double check. And that's our backyard. So we have a doggy door and a fenced in backyard, and we have the pooper scoopers come and clean it up once a week. But the front yard, like I wouldn't know. And I wouldn't, honestly, you know what? Birds poop in my yard. Squirrels, I'm sure, poop in my yard. The geese in the pond behind us poop in my yard. We're outside. I guess I don't, and I'm not the cleanest person at all. Warning, but I guess I don't expect my outside to be super clean because it's outside. There's, I mean, the random cat walking around could do it. A raccoon could do it. Like owls could fly by and poop. It's outside. Yeah. There's going to be little bits of everything out there, regardless of whether it's someone's dog. Like, so I would say overreacting, because even if this person went like power washed your grass after the dog pooped, I mean, still have nature outside using your yard as a bathroom.
Like, is the poster like walking out as soon as it gets cleaned up to see what kind of damage was done? It just, hyper focused on it. That's ridiculous. Now, if you were telling me cat pee, that's one of the worst. I hate cat pee. And it does not go away. And you you can walk in the house.
Well, I'm not talking about someone else's cats. There's like wild cats.
Yes. And if they get into the bushes next to your front door or something, that is a smell that does not go away.
There's all kinds of nature out there that's going to use your yard as a bathroom. So dog or not, now I guess the owner could prevent that. But
I would say asshole if it wasn't getting picked up, but but otherwise I think this is just a little over the top
focus.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to tell you, Interesting Motor, but even without this dog there, nature's going to be in your yard using it as a toilet.
Yeah. And be thankful enough that they're courteous enough to pick up after their dog. Most people, there's a lot of people that wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to imagine this. Like, what kind of smells are we talking about?
Yeah.
Especially if you're picking it up. Is this dog like having diarrhea and it's flooding and I don't get it.
Yeah. Is it next to an open window? Where it might linger for 5 minutes?
I mean,
At
we have
best?
a tiny yard, and I don't know. Yes, I do not think that the neighbor is the asshole.
Mm-mm.
I wouldn't say this person is an asshole, but I think they're kind of uptight here. And in the scheme of things, unless you live in a bubble, unless you like greenhouse your yard, it's going to be nature's potty.
Yeah. They may not be an asshole, but they're a Karen.
You're going to have frogs in there, maybe snakes. If you live where we live, you might have some gators. That's the great outdoors, which is why I like to stay inside. All right, channel surfers. Well, I hope you enjoyed our first Am I, or are you? Are you?
Are you?
Are you? And we will be back tomorrow with 90 Day the Other Way, followed by Thursday with Big Brother. Hope you guys enjoyed this spoiler episode and our Are You segment. And we will see you tomorrow with 90 Day the Other Way. Bye.
Let's ride.